The Untouchables and the Pax Britannica by Babasaheb Ambedkar. Part 103. This attitude of the British government to social reform is quite understandable. However sovereign a government may be, its authority, as pointed out by Professor Dicey, is circumscribed by two limitations. There is, first of all, the internal limitation which arises from the character, motives, and interests of those who are in power. If the Sultan does not abolish Mohammedanism, Pope ban Catholicism, the Brahmin condemn caste, or the British Parliament declare the preservation of blue eyed babies illegal, it is not because they cannot do things, but it is because they will not do these things. In the same way, if the executive in India did not do certain things most conducive to progress, it was because by reason of its being imperial and also by reason of its character, motives, and interests, it could not sympathize with the living forces operating in the Indian society. Was not charged with its wants, its pains, its cravings, and its desires, was inimical to its aspirations, and did not advance education, disfavored Swadeshi, or snapped at anything that smacked of nationalism. It is because all these things went against its grain. But an irresponsible government is powerless to do even such things as it may like to do, for its authority is limited by the possibility of external resistance. There are things which it would do but dare not do for the fear of provoking thereby resistance to its authority. Caesar dare not subvert the worship of the Roman people. A modern parliament does not and dare not tax the colonies, however much they would. For the same reason, the government of India dared not abolish the caste system, prescribe monogamy, alter the laws of succession, legalize intermarriage, or venture to tax the tea planters. Progress involves interference with the existing code of social life, and interference is likely to cause resistance. Nonetheless, a government which is of the people and is not detached from them can venture on the path of progress because it is in a position to know where the obedience will end and resistance will begin. But the Indian executive, not being of the people, could not feel the pulse of the people. The gist of the matter is that the irresponsible executive, which had been in power in India, was paralyzed between these two limitations on its authority, and much of what to make life good was held up. Part of the program it would not undertake, and the other part it could not undertake. That there was some advancement in material progress cannot be denied, but no people in the world can long remain contented with the benefits of peace and order, for they are not dumb brutes. It is foolish to suppose that a people will indefinitely favor a bureaucracy because it has improved their roads, constructed canals on more scientific principles, effected their transportation by rail, carried their letters by penny post, flashed their messages by lightning, improved their currency, regulated their weights and measures, corrected their notion of geography, astronomy, and medicine, and stopped their internal quarrels. Any people, however patient, will sooner or later demand a government that will be more than a mere engine of efficiency. The end.